Hi guys, I'm back. Alright, so this is week 4. Alright, so let's see. What did I do this week? Well, I had my mental health clinic, or clinical, not clinic. But we didn't go to the facility. We actually had simulation. Give me a second because I literally just remembered this. So we had simulation of mental health, and it went pretty well when we had the mannequin and kind of just going through the steps of detox for a patient. So we're in groups of 4 or 5, I believe. Somebody was the person who did the assessment, someone was the nurse that passed the meds, someone recorded, and someone was like the leader. So that's how it was. So they split us up, and so the first group went and their patient was basically going through DTs, I believe, and we were, in my group, was in a room watching them. It's by far the funniest thing ever to see, which was really fun. It was like a great simulation. You kind of learn the steps to go through, how to do a CWIS scale and such, which wasn't too bad. And kind of like your mistakes and kind of stuff to get better at, which was really nice. And then came the simulation for auditory hallucinations and opioid drug abuse. Or my clinical instructor was the one who actually played the role as the person going through hallucinations. By far the funniest thing ever. I hope I'm not like this with like actual real patients, and I don't think I will, just because I know it was my teacher playing the role of someone who's having hallucinations, and then it was just an interesting experience to see, and kind of like things that could go down when you're interviewing a patient that is basically at their worst. So one student actually got yelled at by the patient, like in the simulation, because she completely lost trust in the patient right away. Because at first, initially, the patient was like, "Oh, I need to smoke something or whatever," and she was taking out a cigarette, and then the student nurse was like, "You can't do that, you're in a hospital." And she's like, "Okay, well, let me take a drink of water." And then without thinking, like mentally thinking, it's kind of just like a natural question, because we had the alcohol withdrawal person before us. So without thinking, she was like, "Are you sure that's water?" Completely flipped. The patient was like, "What do you mean you think this is water? Did you poison it? I can't trust you." It's just like, it went from 0 to 100 real quick, and it was the funniest thing to watch, because we were actually watching while this other group was going, and I was dying for how funny that was. But like, it's serious though. Like, I know it's serious, but it's a simulation, so I thought it was funny, sadly, or maybe I'm just mentally not there in my head. And then it came from my simulation. That was even worse, because we were interviewing the patient, and it actually ended up being like a patient. The scenario was a patient, or a nurse who was going through narcotic withdrawals. And I forgot what she had said. Something about not trusting her, or like people not thinking she's too much of a good nurse anymore because she's abusing narcotics and stuff. Okay, this is all simulation, okay? This is not any real patient or anything like that. So it's all like a scenario that possibly could happen, but I forgot what it was, but I literally started laughing, and I'm like, "Oh no." Oh no. I grabbed the clipboard and I like held it over my face, because I was like literally dying, because my teacher, like, she got really into the act, or the whole scenario of things, and it was just really interesting to see, and it was also like really funny to me, sadly. I really, really do hope I don't act like this when I do have a real patient that is going through this. I doubt I will, because I know it will be a real situation. Simulation's kind of different. I tried to put myself like it was real, but it was just like, I don't know. It's something I have to work on. But that was my mental health simulation day that we had. So we didn't go to our regular facility for that. So that was that. Another thing I had for this week was give me a second. This week I also had, a mental health quiz and pharmacology exam. It's been a little stressful kind of studying for both because the prior weeks I've had a lot of little things to do and I haven't really found a good chunk of time to study. I've been breaking it, but I'm not that type of person to break my study sessions. I kind of need to see everything at once. So that was a bit rough for me. We got exams back and I didn't do so hot. I ended up getting a C, which I'm not happy about. But I'm also upset about it because I came out of both of those exams thinking, well, besides the quiz I was just like, uh-oh, no. But the exam, my pharmacology exam, I came out of it like, that was easy. And that totally bit me back in the butt because of it. Whoops. And then let's see. And then for my med-surg clinical, I think I ended up going in the observation unit, which was pretty fun and interesting. I liked it. I got to do a lot more stuff there, and I got to see how discharge is done and how admission is done also. So that was a fun experience overall. I will say I really do love my med-surg clinical just because I feel like I do a lot more. I do want to ask for other nursing students or RNs that already got their license, if someone can just message me or leave a comment, that this is kind of a common trend I've seen so far, but it seems that all I see these nurses do is kind of charting and then passing meds. I've seen the PCTs or the techs do a lot more where they're doing the vitals and they're kind of running group therapy too. But this is just in my facility and what I've seen. This facility, again, does not have electronic charting. They have paper charting, so it's a lot of paperwork they're doing. So I haven't quite seen the nurses do like a full body assessment or a concentrated assessment on their patients. But again, they also have 14 to like 16 patients you're taking care of all at once. So that could also add into why they have so much paperwork to do, which kind of sucks. But is this like a common trend for mental health nurses? Is it because they can't do much? Like, what else do they do? I don't know. I guess I'll just explore that more in my clinicals with the mental health. But what I've seen so far, that's kind of the trend I've seen. I'm hoping that's not what it is and there's more to it than what I'm seeing at this time. So, yeah. But otherwise, I have this eraser on my hand. God. Otherwise, next week I have 2 exams, I believe. I have my med-surg and older adults exam, and then we go back again to mental health clinicals. So I'm excited for that. I believe I am in the men's unit this time. So we'll see how that goes. I'm very excited. All right. Otherwise, you guys have a wonderful day, and for that question, yeah, just leave me a comment about it, or if you just want to send me a private message, by all means, go ahead. But yeah, so you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know when my next video is. Okay, all right, bye.